Hoping to attest all the past payment services would be your best friend.
Call Walkland K-Swap Services, K9's #1 choice, 949-4880, or visit equipmentservices.ky.
It's time to take things up a notch. Ready to go loud and experience your radio shows and podcasts like never before. With Go Loud and your smartphone, you can take your favorite entertainment, sports, radio, and news wherever you go. Stay connected to everything you need and the entertainment you've been waiting for. Next, download Go Loud right now and enjoy. Finally, an app that lets you turn up. Go Loud, the best selection of local radio. The views expressed and the opinions given by the individual hosts and their guests do not necessarily reflect those of Star 927, its affiliates, or sponsors. Live from the 927 studios in the center of Paris capital.
And good afternoon and welcome to Straight Talk. This is your Drive at 5 show, and this is Catherine Tyson, your host. I hope you guys are doing great this afternoon. This is Thursday, and it is an awesome day. It is beautiful. It is sunny. It's a beautiful day today, and we are in Cayman, so I think we should all just be excited about that. If you guys had anything that you wanted to talk about this afternoon, 943-3700. I would love to hear from you this afternoon. Of course, the lines are open, so definitely I'd love for you guys to give us a call. So lots of things to talk about. Before we started, just wanted to say, take care of yourself, take care of the people that you love, take care of your heart health, your head health, your emotional health, everything, and don't let anyone spook you. Okay, like I read that somewhere. That was really good. Don't let anyone spook you. Don't let anyone see you sweat. Just stay calm and just know that you've got this. You have got this. You have everything that you need to continue going. You have everything that you need to make it. You've already gone through enough stuff yourself. You've fallen. You've gotten up. You've dusted yourself off. So don't believe anything other than that. Yeah. Now, I wanted to just give you a little bit of just some encouragement for the, young people, people that are, not so young anymore, just how important it is to read. I saw this in the Caymanian Times, and I wanted to read this because I love it. The importance of reading. So reading is important for many reasons, such as learning new things, expanding the mind, boosting imagination. Many people also read for pleasure, which in turn can help the reader relax and better handle the stress in their life. The ability to read opens countless doors of exploration and learning. Children are taught to read early on because much of their education comes from reading textbooks and assignments. It is a skill that once learned is continually used and exercised into adulthood. Reading is one of the best ways to gain a general knowledge of almost anything. Reading requires conscious thought and effort on the part of the reader. This can lead to a natural tendency to think and observe, as well as promoting a better understanding of how the world works. Reading can also boost imagination and creativity in both children and adults. It allows the reader to explore new worlds, people, and experiences. Through reading, the reader may begin to see the world in a fresher, more creative light. For some people, reading provides an escape from the drudgery of day-to-day life. It allows them to relax and forget their troubles, if only for a few minutes. Those few minutes can replenish mental strength and help a reader to face life with a renewed spirit. Make an effort to read something today. I think that was just I love that I read it. I thought it was such great advice. And when I saw it, I was like, absolutely, I need to share this, because I think a lot of times we laugh and we joke about, just being so busy and no time for anything. But sometimes we do need to stop and take that time and learn what's going on around us, what's going on in the community. We want to know firsthand. We don't just want to hear it from one person who might have heard it from someone else, who might have heard it from someone else. So by the time it gets to you, it might not even be the firsthand knowledge, right? So that's one reason to read. Newspapers are a great place for you to really, go to get information, as well as, it's just, it also really does create the imagination for you, right? It can take you away. And I remember doing that a lot when we were growing up. That was something that was required of us when we were younger, and going to our schools in Cayman. Like, I went to Truth for Youth school as a youth. I went to Cayman Academy. It's called Cayman Academy now. It was called Edmer at the time. And all the other public schools that kind of had reading as a requirement, because no matter what class you take, whether it's math or whether it's science or history or drama, even, I mean, anything you can think of, you're going to need to know how to read. And so, get a book, pick up a paper, pick up a magazine, read something, and make sure that your children are reading also. That is very, very important. So make sure that you are setting good examples, but just expecting your children to also do that. Yeah, like, definitely. I think that's that should just be an absolute. So yes, reading, get into that. Definitely. An announcement, UCCI, we've been announcing this pretty regularly. Want to make sure everybody is aware of that. At the commencement, the University College of the Cayman Islands, they usually have their commencement ceremonies at generally at the end of the year, but closer to the end of the year. But now it's actually being moved to spring, in line with more traditional practices in other countries. So the spring date will allow graduating students to be part of the university's celebration of their accomplishments. And so the UCCI 2021 commencement ceremony will be on Saturday, the 24th of April 2021 at 7:30 p.m. at Sir Vassal Johnson Hall, and the application deadline is Friday the 12th of March 2021. For information on commencement 2021 and to access the graduation form, visit www.ucci.edu.ky/graduation. Okay, so don't miss out for sure. Today is Thursday at Success 101, and it is brought to you by Digicel. Right, so this is what's happening on Thursdays. We have stories about our success. We're talking about lots of great things this afternoon. Here's a few community events coming up. We don't want you to forget, tomorrow is Dress for Culture Day, and so that is now in its 9th year. It is a K-Fest initiative. This annual Dress Up, Dress Down fundraiser celebrates Cayman's multicultural community, which is comprised of over 135 nationalities. Schools and businesses and individuals across Cayman Islands are encouraged to creatively display their homeland pride and cultural attire on that day for a donation of $5 per adult and $3 per student. Monies raised go towards CNCF's cultural heritage preservation programs. Visit artscayman.org for more information. All right, there will be a night out at the Pavilion, Kids Night Out for 6 to 12-year-olds, for a fun-filled night with their friends for games, activities, sweet candy treats, and a movie on the lawn from 6 to 10. And it's $15. It includes one food ticket, one drink ticket, and a popcorn treat. Space is limited, so register 917-2008 or email 345agriculture@gmail.com. That's tomorrow, February the 26th, tomorrow from 6 to 10 for 6 to 12-year-olds. That's going to be awesome. If you are a mom and you're looking for a little break, or a parent looking for a little break, there's your break. Market at the Pavilion will also be happening. It is on the 27th, which will be Saturday, and calling all buyers and sellers. You can also access them at 917-2008. So good stuff going on at the agricultural grounds, right? Which is now in Savannah, and it's been there for a while. Yeah. Okay. Red Sky at Night. Don't forget that this Saturday it will be 2 different sessions. One session will be the matinee, which is 2 to 6. And the night session, the evening session, will be 7 to 11. And if you've ever gone to that, it's exciting. It's amazing. It's something going on all the entire time. Every hour on the hour, it's going to be amazing things. Lots of artists and artisans selling their wares, the things that they've actually created, very local, culturally, I guess, relevant, kind of stuff that you can purchase, and just beautiful, beautiful things, as well as It will be at the Harquail, and it's the Red Sky at Night Festival. So it's a festival. So it'll actually be, lots of fun and lots of bands playing. In the evening, it will be uh, turned up. So if you're looking for a little fun, you want to hear some nice sounds of the Caribbean, that's where to go and join in. We had Melanie in the studio the other day with Brent, who was from K Energy. Everybody knows Brent McLean and Melanie McField, who's the Chief Cultural Officer for Carnivals and Festivals. And it's going to be an exciting time. So I can't wait. I want to go. I'm very excited. That's good stuff. Right. So yeah, welcome to the show. So I see that in the newspaper, I guess we all saw that the premier confirmed that the port project has been pulled back. And so just to say, the young people that were involved in this project that was Protect Our Future really went to bat for that. And it just an example of how it shows that young people's voice made a difference probably in that whole thing. And your voices make a difference. And we want to continue to encourage young people to continue doing so, right? Just being positive, seeing young people involved in the country's future and not being a passive, person that's just standing by, but to actually be a part of something, continue to do that. All of our voices matter for our future. The youth need to continue to stand up, speak up, and take action because the country depends on you to make positive choices for all of our future. So we need to just work together to ensure that our country is in good hands. And, I invite callers this afternoon to call in, 943-3700 and discuss just things that you've seen young people do, maybe to inspire you or just to show some appreciation for something. So I'd love to hear from somebody this afternoon. 943-3700, just to highlight just what a young person might have done, or just to be encouraged about just some of the changes, the wonderful changes that we see happening in our country every single day. All right. Another thing that we saw, the Minister Tara Rivers has decided that she will not be I guess entering into the new election. She will not be on the list to be chosen in her constituency. She's after 10 years of service, she's decided that she's going to take a step back from that kind of political role. She will still be involved with her community, but she will be stepping back and will not be contending a seat. So that was definitely some news. People can serve in just different ways, right? There's absolutely space for all of us to serve in some way, and people choose, and they have the opportunity to choose once again, April 14th, and we shall see. I think on Monday it's going to be quite exciting what happens in the country, because everybody that's going to be throwing their hat in the ring will be revealed on Monday. So that's going to be something. So encouraging the young people as well as all of us, young people, get out there, continue to make your voices heard, get out there and make sure that you're going to be voting for sure. Don't let that pass you by, right? So want to make sure that you're out there voting, as well as the not so young ones. Make some concerted decisions, thoughtful decisions, thought-filled decisions, and for the older ones in the community that continue to just vote for that one person just because, well, I've always voted for them, so I'm just gonna keep voting for them. Don't do it that way, okay? Think. What, Aretha Franklin? You better think, okay? Think about it, please, okay? Because your vote is important. So if you have seen progress, and if you have seen, what's been working for everybody, then go ahead and vote for that person. But if you haven't seen that, then just think about it. Just think, who is going to represent this country as a team, because it's going to be a team. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter who gets in. it's going to be 19 people. And so those 19 people need to work together. So think about that. So just across the board, I would just advise everybody, to just think about it. Yeah, I like that person. I like this person. This is a nice guy. That's a nice lady. Oh, they're nice. But are they people that will be kind of representing you in the way that needs to happen? We're in a very crucial time. It's continued to be crucial. 4 years ago, it was crucial. It's even more crucial right now, where we go as a country, and some of the things that we definitely need to be moving forward with. And we want to make sure that there's something for everyone, right? And Caymanians, for sure, being a part of that everyone statement, right? And so I always say it's such a huge thing for me when I think about people that have options. And I always say that if you have an option of another passport, or another citizenship somewhere else, then that's incredible. That's great. But if you don't, and Cayman is the only place that you have, then Cayman is the place that needs to ensure that there's space for you. There's place for you. There is progress for you. And I'm not saying to give out stuff. I'm not into a handout, but I'm into a hand up, right? So opportunities should be there, not just because you're a Caymanian, but because you're a Caymanian, you should be able to thrive and function in your country. So if education is the problem, then we got to fix that. If vocation is a problem, let's fix it. If attitude is a problem, let's fix it. Let's work on it, right? If community is a problem, let's work on it. So it's not about just give something to someone because they're from a country, but they have no options other than here. And so if they have only this as an option, then the onus really is on the people that are running this country, that are leading this country, to ensure that provisions are being made for progress to occur within the people of the country, right? Okay, so and that's really really big. And I do a lot of training. I train the business community, and different soft skills, and self-development skills. And I definitely know business has to run. And so I say that to Caymanians every day. Listen, you're not just, we're not just needing to hire you because you're a Caymanian. We're hiring you, or you're getting hired because you're the best of the best. So how are you ensuring that you're the best of the best? But we have to be providing opportunities for people to be the best of the best, or also information that they understand what the best of the best means. And so we're not just pushing them through school with a bad attitude, disrespectful, no work ethic, no manners. I mean, I just remember my grandmother saying, manners and respect will get you where money won't get you, where education won't get you. So if we continue to do that to our own people, then we are doing them a disservice, right? So that's my rant for that second there. Okay, I'm going to come off that rant now. All right, I saw another thing I wanted to share, the art of optimism. There's a Black History Month in the US, but just wanted to, and this came from, because it's Black History Month in the US, Miss Cicely Tyson, who passed away recently, and she's, an American actress. She was a trailblazer and an inspiration to many. And she was actually the art of optimism, right? She was an actress and a fashion model. She had a career spanning more than 7 decades. She became known for her portrayal of strong African-American women, and she was known for only accepting non-stereotypical roles and paving the way for generations of Black actresses. And people would not have thought of her as this, traditional beauty, but her beauty was able to represent another type of beauty. So every beauty had the door open for them to walk through, probably because of people like Miss Cicely Tyson. But during a Time magazine interview in 2019, she shared a moment when she was told that her art made an impact on others. She said, when I made the decision to use my career as my platform to try to make a dent in some of these injustices, and I witnessed and experienced that I had witnessed and experienced in life. I said, if I just reach one person, then I will be happy. There isn't a day, I'm grateful to say, that when I walk out of my doors, I don't run into somebody who says, I can't tell you what you've done for me. You changed my life. To me, you can't buy that, she says. It just confirmed for me that I was on the right track and I stayed on the right track. So great that she used her skills and talents to empower others. As you travel along your life's journey, whatever you're dealing with during these times, during these challenging times, during these challenging times of change even, Cicely Tyson's story and many like hers is a reminder that we are here. We are the product of generations of ancestors who learned not to stand out, not to rock the boat, not to have a point of view, but they never let their circumstances stop them to fight for a just future for all. They took themselves on and they never quit. And I've said before on the show, Dr. Martin Luther King stated that take the first step in faith. You don't have to see the whole staircase. You just need to take the first step, right? And it's true. When we come from generations of people who were told not to stand out, not to rock the boat, where their point of view didn't matter. Remember, the same people that came from that era, they worked hard and they achieved their goals and they kept it moving. We are now in a time where we can speak out. We should be able to speak out. And I know sometimes I'll talk to people and just in this small little place, and they're like, I can't, if I say anything, what could happen? And you might lose your job, or, you might not be able to feed your children. And I mean, that is just scary and it's crazy, right? Because our ancestors they fought for us to be able to stand up and to be able to not necessarily rock the boat, but we can get in the boat, we can stand in the boat, we can move the boat, we can help row the boat, right? And our point of view matters. It absolutely does. So coming from that sort of strength where people have fought for our liberty, then we do need to not let our circumstances stop us, and we need to be in the fight for a just future for all. So I love that. And I might have shared something for Cicely Tyson before when she passed on a couple of weeks ago. Because with my last name, I tend to refer to her quite a bit with when someone says what's your last name, oh, it's just like the actress Cicely Tyson. Yeah, it's that. It used to be Mike Tyson years ago, that like 20 years ago, they'd be like, oh, like Mike, yeah, okay, but not so much these days. But yeah, and I've just always been very inspired by her, because growing up in Cayman, we can kind of have in our mind who's pretty and who's not pretty, and who's light skin or who good hair and bad hair, and when you see somebody like her on the screen, and she's amazing and she's talented and she's just I mean, goodness, all eyes are on her, and she takes the scene, then you just go, oh my goodness, okay. So maybe my idea, or what I was taught of what is beauty, or what is who's better or who's not, maybe it was all wrong. And I think we were pretty wrong in some ways here. So it's so good for us to be in a different place where everybody has a space and everybody can be considered amazing and outstanding in their own right. So that is very, very important. So I'm here talking, but I sure would love to hear from somebody. 943-3700. This show is brought to you by Digicel. This is our Thursday Success 101 show, and 943-3700. I'd love to hear from somebody this afternoon, just to keep me company or something, because it gets like that. Apologies too for yesterday for our technical difficulties on the show yesterday. We were just having some problems being heard and streaming the show to have our guests on. So that was not very nice at all. I'm so sorry about that. I hope that we can definitely get those ladies back on so we can continue that show, because that show would have been really great. It was about bullying, and something happened to one of the women that were on the stream. Her young child apparently attempted, to harm himself. He's 9 years old because of bullying at school. So just imagine, you have a 9-year-old who's trying to harm himself because of bullying. This is unacceptable. It is very serious, and if it's one of our children, we definitely would feel that. And if it's anyone's child, it could be one of our children. So we must own that. If it happens to her, it happens to me. If it happens to him, it happens to me. We have to think like that. If we don't think like that, we are really not going in the right direction. So for sure, we definitely want those ladies to come back and talk to us from the United Against Bullying, group. It is just it's insane, and it's happening not only with young people, but it's happening with adults, and it's just absolutely ridiculous. But just imagine a 9-year-old child. Like I was just thinking of myself at 9. I mean, what are you doing at 9? You're waiting for your mom to take you somewhere, or you're waiting for your mom to help you with your shoes, help you put on your sneakers, help you tie your shoe. Like you shouldn't be worrying about, something that's so serious that's pushed you to feel like you want to hurt yourself, you want to harm yourself. 9, that's crazy. That is like, I mean, the innocence of children should be that. They should only have to worry about where we're going, what are we doing? Can you help me with my shoe? What are you cooking? Can I have an apple? That's what children should be worrying about. They shouldn't be worrying about all these adult things. And I say this all the time to adults as well. Like, you are the adult. You need to take responsibility. So if young people are coming to school, or they're in situations where they're displaying these attitudes of just meanness towards another human being, like, that has to be coming from somewhere as well. So those parents need to take responsibility for their child that's out there, doing that or saying certain things to another child. Like, this is justice. We have to be very, very, very serious. We have to take this very serious. And I think the United Against Bullying group, we're going to talk about the government shelving the act that they were trying to put in, the act against bullying. So that's something that needs to be looked at as well. So hopefully next week sometime we will have them in, and we will talk a little bit more with them about this incident, and just how serious this is as a community, that we should take this so seriously as a community, to ensure that all members of our community are safe, and especially our children, that they remain children. They're able to enjoy their childhood. Able to enjoy their innocence. That's not taken from them, and that they can just, every phase of their life, they can just, just enjoy it, just be able to, live it, and not have these grown-up worries, for sure. So we'll take a quick break, but we'll be back with more Straight Talk. You stay tuned.
700. More Straight Talk to come on Star 927.
Red Sky at Night. Terrific live music, actors, dancers, poets, and children's activities. Over 100 artists and artisans selling art, crafts, jewelry, and accessories, and delicious local food. Red Sky at Night at the Hartwell Cultural Center, Saturday, February 27th. 2 sessions, 2 until 6 p.m. and 7 until 11 p.m. Don't miss out. Tickets on sale now for both sessions at eventpro.ky. A CNCF production.
Growing with the Caribbean like a strong tall coconut tree. We're here to help you flourish. We're RBC.
RBC has been growing with the Cayman Islands for over 55 years. With new ways to buy better, we're committed to deepening our relationship with existing clients and forging new ones in the future with new products and services and investment into community, youth, and education initiatives. We're here to help you grow.
We're here to help you flourish. We're RBC.
RBC Royal Bank. Banking reimagined.
Hi everyone, this is Howard Lindsay. I'm a candidate for Georgetown South I want to let you know I'm having a public meeting on Thursday, 25th of February at Surfers Paradise, located at 978 South Church Street. That is walking distance from the South Sound Community Center. The time of the meeting will be 6:30 until 9:30. I'll see you there.
Put on your running shoes and head to the west. Running in the Republic is a West Bay thing. CUC proudly presents the West Bay Sunrise 5K Fun Walk Run. We're raising money for the Sunrise Adult Training Center and the Cayman Islands Athletic Association, and everyone is welcome to join. It's $15 for adults and $10 for under 17s. Check-in time is 5:30 a.m. Saturday, March 6th. Restaurante Papagayo. Register now at caymanactive.com. The West Bay Sunrise 5K.
Welcome back to Straight Talk on Star 927.
And welcome back to Straight Talk. This is your Drive at 5 show, and this is Catherine Tyson, your host. Thank you so much for joining me this afternoon. 943-3700. Would love to hear from you this afternoon with your opinions or whatever you might have on your mind this afternoon. I did notice that I got my electric bill and it was significantly a little lower. So I don't know if that was my imagination, but thank you. Appreciate that. So there's that. And, just hoping that everybody else is just kind of functioning with the same blessing for sure. This is Thursday. Success 101 is brought to you by Digicel. We're going to just leave the phone lines open for you to call if you had some stuff on your mind this afternoon. But yeah, just before the break, just talking about the bullying and trying to get the Anti-Bullying Act to really be taken seriously, because our children are very, very important, and it is something that we need to take seriously for sure. Right. So if you guys have any type of examples or anything like that you wanted to share with us this afternoon, you could go ahead and give us a call. Also, just talking about respect and how we have to respect ourselves and respect each other. And there's space for all of us, right? There's absolutely space for all of us, and we should not feel like one person has any more right to be happy or to be functioning in society, but yet we're kind of infringing on everybody else's freedom. That's absolutely not fair, right? So that's something that we need to be really thinking about, because it's just so important for us to just function together as one. And that's just crazy. So definitely it's something that we need to all be advocating for sure. All right, just shifting gears just a little bit, talking about some functional foods. Not sure if we're kind of aware of that, but functional foods that a lot of times we're not kind of including in our diets and stuff. I know in the islands we eat a lot of rice and beans. I'm so guilty of that, right? And our meat as well, but we're not really getting the nice vegetables and stuff like that. So let's talk a little bit about some functional foods. Functional foods are ingredients that offer health benefits that extend beyond their nutritional value, and sometimes contain supplements or other additional ingredients designed to improve our health. And some examples include foods fortified with actual vitamins, minerals, probiotics, or fiber, and nutrient-rich ingredients like fruit, vegetables, nuts, seeds, grains are often considered functional foods as well. So the concept originated in Japan in the 1980s, when government agencies started approving foods with proven benefits in an effort to better the health of the general population. And I know for us here in the islands, we for sure grew up, those of us that grew up, 20 years ago, probably are accustomed to, getting food from the land, right? And eating more, they call it organic, but more healthy stuff to put into our bodies and needing less supplements than we are getting nowadays. Nowadays, we're getting a lot of things brought in, right? Or because you notice that sometimes you'll buy something from the grocery store, and if you don't eat it within a day or two, by the third day, it's going bad because it's not from the land, like it's not fresh from the land. So it's coming, by the time it gets here, it's been out of the land for how long? So the more that we're able to eat things that are, kind of locally made, it's better for us. I had the opportunity to go yesterday to Camana Bay, and that's where there is the market is happening there, like the local market. So all of the people have set up their tents in the middle of Camana Bay, right, the walkway part, and like all of these just just locally made things were there, like the jams, the jellies, even body products, and I saw some vegetables, some fruit, and it was really nice. I didn't know. I've heard of it. I heard it was there. I can't say I didn't know, but I guess with COVID and everything, not sure when everything kind of came back on, but it's out there every Wednesday. So that's actually really, a good time to go and access some of those things, really, to kind of get back to our original way of how we took care of our body, right? Instead of just flying through and grabbing fast food. I started paying attention to how much times myself as well as my children or other people are purchasing food from outside, like just buying fast food or buying pre-cooked food somewhere and not preparing it at home. And I was astounded because I think it was probably out of a whole week I might have made something at home twice, maybe. That's a lot, right? So that's a lot of food that you're actually not even preparing yourself. So getting back to kind of the functional food. So even when you are eating out, to kind of think about that, to put those in your diet, like oats, for instance. I don't know if you all remember, but I remember my grandmother making oats in the morning all the time. Cream of wheat, oatmeal. She would make what was the other one? She used to do what was the other, cornstarch porridge too. She'd make cornmeal porridge. Yeah. I mean, banana porridge. Like, I mean, you name it. It was some porridge. Something going on in the morning. It was warm. It was nice for your stomach, and she would make that. And but oats is like a superfood. I know some of us are getting shakes, when you get those juices, or the nice juices, or they juice it at the juice stands and stuff, and they'll put like oats in it or peanuts or something. And that's a good way to kind of throw it in there, and it's raw, right, when it's done that way. So oats, for instance, contains a type of fiber called beta glucan, which has been known to reduce inflammation, it enhance immune function, and improve heart health. And I'm all about heart health because there's so much cases that we just keep hearing about where someone had a heart attack or a stroke or something to do with, like just their arteries kind of just not functioning properly. So these are some good things to just think about. Similarly, they have like fruit and vegetables that are packed with antioxidants, which are beneficial compounds that help protect against disease. So every time we think about something we're going to put in our mouth, let's think about, okay, what is it going to do for my body? Is it something that I can I do something else? I love to drink a nice little soda. Oh my goodness, I drank a grape soda the other day. It was so delicious, and it just felt so wrong because I've been kind of like, passing on sodas, right? It literally felt like a fix. It was crazy. And so this afternoon, I was drinking some water, and I was like, yeah, okay, give your body something better, right, than the soda. And I wanted the soda. So just making these choices for yourself, and when I see young people just go fast food and burgers every day, fries and chicken wings, and every day, and I'm like, wow, oh, to be young again, and not to think about, what you're doing to your body. So functional foods are foods that offer health benefits beyond their nutritional value. And in addition to nutrient-rich ingredients like fruit and veggies, the category also includes foods fortified with vitamins, minerals, probiotics, and fiber. Okay, fiber, quite important, right? I've never had more conversation about fiber since I, you know, since the last 5 years. Everybody's talking about fiber these days. And I don't even know. We probably couldn't even spell it when we were younger. Just crazy, right? So here are some examples of some conventional functional foods. So conventional foods are natural, whole food ingredients that are rich in important nutrients, heart healthy fats. Meanwhile, modified foods have been fortified with additional ingredients such as vitamins and minerals, probiotics, fiber to increase the food's health benefits, right? So they're functional foods are separated in two categories. So they're conventional and modified. So some of the conventional functional foods are fruit, right? So we know fruit, berries. Berries are amazing. Okay. Kiwi, any type of berry like blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, right? Kiwi also, it's a superfood, by the way. Pears, and my grandmother used to have pears all the time. That was something I think used to come in here quite regularly. Peaches also, apples, oranges, bananas. Bananas are a superfood too, right? So bananas have a lot of potassium and stuff. And then vegetables, which we don't have a lot on the plate generally, but it should be something. Broccoli, cauliflower. I had a cauliflower steak the other day, which I did not understand when I saw it in the menu, but I love cauliflower, so I said, oh, let me get that. And it literally was like a steak. So it's interesting, but it was really good. And then I had buffalo cauliflower one day. And so it almost was like buffalo wings, but it was so good. Yeah, very interesting. So broccoli, cauliflower, kale, spinach is also good. So if you're getting a salad, you could maybe just switch maybe just the romaine lettuce or the regular iceberg and just put like spinach instead. Yeah. And zucchini. Zucchini is also a great conventional functional food. And that's the thing that kind of looks like a cucumber, but it's not. Yeah, that. I went to, where was it? I went somewhere in Europe many years ago, and I had a zucchini loaf. Right? Imagine. It was like a banana bread, but it was like a zucchini bread. It was so good. It was amazing. So you can do a lot of things with zucchini. Also nuts, of course, nuts, very important. Pick up a pack of nuts from the drugstore or somewhere. That's what I do when I go to the drugstore. I pick up all my like almonds, cashews, pistachios, hemp seeds, and pumpkin seeds. No, that's the seeds. Macadamia nuts and Brazil nuts. So almonds, cashews, pistachios, macadamia nuts, and Brazil nuts. And then seeds, the chia seeds, the flax seeds, the hemp seeds, the pumpkin seeds. Those are good things. You can also throw them kind of on your salad or throw them in your shake. So a lot of people use the chia seeds in their shakes, like chia and flax seeds, right? And also the legumes. So legumes are good, right? Because black beans. So if you want to make like some black beans or just black beans with, I don't know, some tomato in it or something, onions, tomato, and you can use, have it with your rice or by itself. Chickpeas. Chickpeas is such an interesting, I don't even know, it's an interesting legume because they actually can crush it and they make the hummus out of it, which is delicious, and which is a delicious dip too, right? But they also can do like chickpeas to make it almost taste like tuna, like a tuna salad. If you've ever had a chickpea kind of thing, it seemed like it's tuna. It's interesting how that happens, but yeah. Navy beans also, and lentils, right? So lentils are also really good. You can kind of stew those down, and they're pretty simple to cook as well. Yeah. And whole grains, like we just mentioned, oats are amazing, barley, buckwheat, brown rice, of course, and couscous. If you know what couscous is, it is so good, it is so different, and it can actually replace your rice. So instead of just having rice, you can have brown rice or you can have the couscous. And seafood is another conventional functional food. Salmon, salmon's good, and wild salmon is better than farm raised. But I think that wild salmon is a little more expensive. But salmon, sardines, sardines are always good. You know those little things in the can, right? That my grandmother used to always have sardines around the house. Always, there'd always be some can we could open up if we didn't have nothing else, or if she didn't feel like making anything else, she just pop open a can of sardines. And they have sardines with all different kinds. They have like sardines with lemon sauce, sardines with mustard, sardines with hot pepper. I mean, they're all fancied out now. Yeah, so sardines are good. Anchovies. Anchovies. I know people put anchovies on pizza, but they actually are. You can also put them in salad as well. Mackerel is good. Cod. When I read some of these things, I just think of some countries that just seem to be healthier than others, and I just feel like sometimes when I look at like people from Jamaica, like they just eat a lot of these things. They eat a lot of healthy things, and they are strong. I mean, they are so fit, and just like, I mean, goodness, like their mind is like so quick. It's like you meet an older person from Jamaica, and their mind is just as I mean, young as can be. They remember everything, but these things are like for memory also, for like, it's just really just memory enhancing type of foods and stuff. So yeah. Then there's fermented food, which is also a conventional functional food. Now I know some of you listening, you might actually know people that you work with that are from other countries, and they're eating these things, and we're not eating those things, right? So it's kind of a part of our culture, but we have to kind of go back to some things that we know, as well as include some new things. Because remember, we're fighting a lot of different things these days than we were fighting 10, 20 years ago. There's a lot more things in the environment that is breaking us down, right? So we're going to need to be fighting against it to build ourselves up. So investing in better food, investing in things that we're putting into our, right? Because we love to buy clothes, we love to, buy a nice car, we love to spend money on that. Well, we need to start looking at what we're spending on first, foods that we're putting into our body, because remember, your body is your best investment. It absolutely is, right? So fermented foods like tempeh, kombucha, kimchi, kefir, and sauerkraut. These are conventional functional foods. Okay. Herbs and spices. Turmeric is a super spice. Cinnamon is a super spice. Apparently cinnamon is something that even kind of manifests. It's a manifesting type of spice. Ginger, all right. And once again, I know a lot of Jamaican people that drink ginger tea all the time. Yeah. And cayenne pepper. Cayenne pepper is also one of those conventional functional foods. And beverages also like coffee, green tea, black tea, any types of tea like that, all good for your body. And the least sugar you can put in it, the better for you, as opposed to filling that up with sugar. And I know us from the islands, we love that sugar so much, right? If you can put a little honey instead, that's fine, but not a lot of it either, right? And so some of the modified functional foods would be fortified juices, and sometimes they're filled with sugar. Fortified dairy products such as milk and yogurt, fortified milk alternatives like almond milk. These are all better. Rice milk, coconut milk, cashew milk, and fortified grains such as bread, pasta, fortified cereal and granola, and fortified eggs, right? So these nutrient-rich foods like fruit, veggies, and legumes are often considered functional foods along with fortified foods like juice, eggs, and cereal. So those are all good for you. Eggs are really good for you. And if we're able to, really kind of put them into our diet, it would be just better for us. So it fuel our body better. And I don't know about you, sometimes when you get up, but you feel tired, or you feel just exhausted, and you just had a night rest or something. Like, think about what you ate the night before. Think about the things that you're maybe putting into your body, and that's probably the answer, right? So some of the potential health benefits: they may prevent nutrient deficiencies. So functional foods are typically high in important nutrients. They include the vitamins and minerals, the healthy fats, the fiber. Filling your diet with a variety of functional foods, including both conventional and fortified, can help ensure you get the nutrients you need and protect against nutrient deficiencies. So sometimes you don't have the time to take, like, the supplement, or it's a little more expensive also when you're buying like this, all these different vitamins in the drugstore. You can just get them from your food, is what's really saying. And so the prevalence of nutrient deficiencies will just decrease when you introduce these fortified foods, right? So you won't even have the problems that you're experiencing. For instance, after iron fortified wheat flour was introduced in Jordan, rates of iron deficiency, anemia among children were nearly cut in half, right? So when the iron fortified wheat flour came about, then anemia was kind of, cut in half, which is great. So the food that you're eating is giving you the things that you need. So fortification has also been used to prevent other conditions caused by nutrient deficiencies, such as rickets, goiter, and even some birth defects, right? It may also protect against disease. So many of the foods are rich in antioxidants, and so these molecules help neutralize harmful compounds such as free radicals, helping prevent cell damage and certain chronic conditions, including heart disease, cancer, and diabetes. All right, so these functional foods will provide the important nutrients that can help protect against these diseases. So some of the functional foods are also high in omega-3 fatty acids, which is a healthy type of fat shown to reduce inflammation. And inflammation is a huge thing that a lot of us don't realize that's what's going on with us. Also to boost brain function, right, and promote the heart health. And so other types that are rich in fiber can promote better blood sugar control and protect against conditions like diabetes, obesity, heart disease, and stroke. And fiber may also help prevent digestive disorders such as diverticulitis, and stomach ulcers, hemorrhoids, and acid reflux. And I know that's a huge thing. A lot of people are suffering with acid reflux. When it just feels bad, when you've eaten something, you just feel full all the time. It's kind of right up there on your chest, and it just, when you burp, you kind of feel, are you very gassy, so you're burping a lot, and you feel that your food has not digested. That could be acid reflux. And so, foods that are rich in fiber can actually help against that, right? For sure. One thing that I really love, I love Raisin Bran. I just love that. It tastes so nice. So I'll try to eat that like once or twice a week, because it feels like a treat sometimes, right? But it's something that's also really helping your body, right? So it may also promote growth and development, these foods. So certain nutrients are essential to proper growth and development in infants and children. So enjoying a wide range of nutrient-rich functional foods as part of a healthy diet can ensure that nutritional needs are met. In addition, it can be beneficial to include foods that are fortified with specific nutrients that are important for growth and development. And you can find them in cereals, grains, and flours that are fortified with B vitamins like folic acid, which is essential for fetal health. Low levels of folic acid can increase the risk of neural tube defects, which can affect the brain, the spinal cord, or the spine. And it's estimated that increasing the consumption of folic acid could decrease the prevalence of neural tube defects by 50 to 70%. So other nutrients commonly found in functional foods also play key roles in growth and development, including omega-3 fatty acids, iron, zinc, calcium, and B12. So functional foods may help prevent nutrient deficiencies. It could protect against disease, and promote growth, proper growth and development. So a lot of different things that can come from it. So a well-rounded, healthy diet should be rich in a variety of functional foods, including whole foods like fruit, vegetables, whole grains, and legumes. That those are nutrient rich, and these foods not only supply your body with the vitamins and minerals it needs, but also it supports your overall health. Modified, fortified, functional foods can also fit into a balanced diet. In fact, they can help fill any gaps in your diet to prevent nutrient deficiencies as well as enhance health by boosting your intake of important nutrients like vitamins, minerals, fiber, heart healthy fats, or probiotics. Like, so, when you're feeling a little hungry, maybe you can, have a nice snack of some celery, celery sticks with hummus, or carrot sticks, or a nice crunchy apple, right? There's all different types of apples that you can enjoy as a snack, as well as a handful of almonds or some berries. Throw some berries into your oatmeal as well. And so it kind of helps fill you up, so you're not feeling as hungry as you normally would. So when lunchtime comes, you're not kind of piling on that big old plate of rice and, beans and rice and stuff and extra gravy because you're full. So, it's just better. It kind of helps your body better. And then you're able to digest it better. Your body's digesting. So you're not having to struggle with that full feeling too, right? Just those functional foods, I think, really, really important, because it keeps your metabolism going as well. And as we get older, our metabolism slows down. But if we're also just eating that big breakfast and then a big lunch and then a big dinner, like, we're not even giving ourselves time for that to really, break down into our body and fuel it properly, right? And if it's filled with a lot of fat or a lot of things that aren't good for our body, then we're really not doing the best thing that we can for our body. So if we're able to, throw some nuts in there, throw some beans in there, throw some fruit, some vegetables, some eggs, some sardines, right, to fill us up, that we're not feeling hungry. And we definitely need to eat the big tub of ice cream. I didn't mention ice cream. None of that stuff was on there. So interesting, though. I can tell you what, when you start, incorporating little things like that into your diet, you don't notice the difference. You just don't, notice, sorry, not that you don't notice the difference. You don't notice those other things that you've stopped. So if you stop with the sweet, you don't notice it as much. All of a sudden, it's like when you eat something that's really sweet, you'll notice, like, oh my gosh, that was really sweet. So your body becomes accustomed to it, and your body, it's almost like it's thanking you a little bit, So can't tell the last time I ate some ice cream, right? And this was something that I used to really like a lot. So, but just the importance of taking care of this asset of mine that's going to take me into my years, whatever I'm blessed with. And that's really what it's about. Yeah, definitely. So just wanted to share all that stuff with you, because it's so important that we get healthy, stay healthy, that our mind is healthy, that we're able to be on the front lines, and we're able to walk together and taking our country into the direction that it needs to go in, or just walk with the people that are going to do that, and just function as normal, right? But to be our best self, feel our best in order for us to do our best. Thank you all so much for joining me this afternoon. I look forward to talking with you again next week. And take care of each other, take care of yourselves, and have a great afternoon. And we'll talk again. Enjoy your Friday.